Log recording. It's 2:59 in the morning. It's practically 3 o'clock. September 10th, 2023. Weaver John C. Roseman, California. Shout out to Artist in Recovery. What's going on, Daryl? It hasn't been an easy week for me, pal. It hasn't been. Schoolwork's getting crazier, but school's like that anyway. Creative project that's been in works for about a few weeks already. PowerPoint presentation of advertising and how they suck into things. So we have to make up topics or find topics that are showing us how advertisers are trying to warp us one way or another. I know, it's part of the English project I've got right now in my class. And then there's math for liberal arts. Oh, good lord, if you actually saw this on YouTube, I think you'd scream in horror. I but I gotta get through this damn thing. I need it for the grades. And for the school money. Besides that, I was also dealing with my brother's anniversary, the 5 year. I think I talked to you about that one earlier. And also there's the September 11th. I guess this particular September or this particular year, it's really an emotional roller coaster. And then losing a couple of front teeth is a different story altogether. Yeah, I haven't taken care of myself these days. I haven't been let myself deteriorate and rot. I'm showing it anyway. Other than that, I've been surviving like crazy. I even had to cancel a therapy appointment because I got too emotionally screwed up. And I mean, it would have been a perfect time for talking to a therapist concerning bad days like this, but I'm not quite sure if I can actually deal with her on this one. I mean, I could send her out an email link to the YouTube. She'll be able to pull it up on her own, copy and paste it, and put it into YouTube. Then see what the hell's going on. But I've been going through a great deal at this point. I haven't tried, I haven't kept up with the politics as much. I just figured they're still snapping at each other left and right. I figured that Green would be losing her mind about normal. Some people are losing their supports over this Twitzel. She never had any government experience, and yet they elected her in a representative. And then she doesn't know the Constitution. Yes, she's screwing the damn thing up left and right for everybody. But she wants to make it fair for herself, but nobody else. Go figure. And then Bo Bird, with her love of guns at this point over here, she's losing support in Colorado. DeSantis, this one gentleman goes after him, and he has a conniption fit. You can't do that to me. You can't do that to me. How dare you do that to me? Who do you think you are? I figured a guy is having a conniption fit is going to have a heart attack online, or let alone in front of people. I mean, this one guy is doing his constitutional duty of keeping his elected politician, elected official, the one that he probably filled out a ballot for. It's his duty as an American citizen to put this guy on notice. Santos is supposed to be, oh, I'm sorry, Sanctimonious is supposed to be a an elected official. He's a public servant. Eek! I actually mentioned public servants. But he's supposed to be a public servant. But he's not. He's his own servant. He thinks he's serving the people of Florida, and the Florida people are telling him, you don't service assholes. When you had a veteran confronting this guy, concerning about what he's doing for veterans, or not doing for them, and he has a conniption fit over the damn thing. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Blah, 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 blah. I'm hearing this guy. I'm hearing this, and I'm like, is he not getting it from his constituents? Even out here in the state of California, your constituents are supposed to talk to the elected officials, and the elected officials are supposed to listen to what's going on. Except certain elected officials we have here and certain school boards out here, they don't want to listen to the public because they're already made up to mind what the hell's going on. There's even been reports. Try to check this one out. Check this one out. That we have out in Chino Valley, California, we have a mega church affecting several school boards in the area. They're trying to make it more and more church compliant. Public schools. This blows your brain, doesn't it? Public schools. And yet, public schools are not supposed to be affected by religion in any way, shape, or form. They are supported by the public. They're not supported by the church. This is not a private organization. It's not a private entity. And yet, we have influencers on the public boards that are trying to make it more and more compliant. You must follow Jesus, otherwise you're going to hell. And they're forcing this shit down people's throats. Oh my God. It's like, don't these people understand? You're forcing morality down people's throats when this is a public education system. We're supposed to be educating the mind, and yet we take away books to do so, to challenge their brains, to challenge their logic, to challenge them, period. And we can't do that because it's not what the religious people want. You know, it's no wonder I stayed away from religion. I mean, organized religion. A lot of people say, well, I have faith in God, I have faith in God, and God directs me to do so. No, your fucking ego does that in the first place. Gathering public attention for yourself, putting yourself on record like that, saying, I'm the most godliest person around. And you're a hypocrite. I'm also full an idiot. How's that grab you? But I'm also God's full an idiot. But he didn't make fools and idiots. He made me. Deal with it. So, the only thing I can tell these people is get a life. No! My life is to tell you what you want to do, what you're going to do by my things, because I am God's messenger. No, you're an egomaniac. People keep doing this self-appointed crap all the damn time, and they're telling me one way or another that the egos are running so damn much. It's not even funny. If God was going to be pointing messengers left and right, he wouldn't be gathering attention as much, unless he wants to really have an ego clash here. Smaller church, I can understand. When you're turning into more and more congregations and you want more and more money, it's like you're building up your own power base, your own ego. You're going against God, but you're supporting God. You're believing in God, but you're going against him anyway. How does this work? I had seen in my lifetime certain pastors out there who have tried to do God's work one way or another and show how fallible of human beings they are. Some of them actually have been televised and they've had controversy, but they tried to get their head above it and tried not to let the controversy sway them a bit. But in the end, it had. They're human beings. And they fall and they falter and they lose things. And epochs that they've left out, the books or the materials that they've left out there, supposed to be helping out the ministry. Sometimes some of it will go in their pockets. Well, they need the expense money anyway. But most of it's supposed to be going for the ministries and to help people out left and right. There was televised evangelist out there. He'd been out there for a hell of a long while before I was born. And he was struggling with his own church in a, let's see, Orange County. He was struggling in a movie theater, a drive-in. Got to a point where his congregation was so full that he built the church out there in Garden Grove, which eventually had the Crystal Cathedral built. He had the televised service for the local area called Hour of Power. It picked up nationally, and it picked up internationally. I listened to him. My grandmother listened to him. My family listened to him. We even been to a couple of services left and right, and we were traveling from the San Fernando Valley all the way over to Garden Grove. That's about 100, 150, 100 miles. But we had our own local church that we would go to too. First United Methodist Church of North Hollywood on Tunga Boulevard, right by the 101 freeway. We had pastors in there that became like family. Those are the people that you look out for. Those are the people you don't look out for them out of fear. No. Those people are the ones that'll get into your heart and souls on this one here. You become part of the church family that way. But I also know that church family sometimes can be the most hypocritical. It's seen it in action. Some things do take. Well, I'm trying to get rid of a damn bug here. Place is crawling with roaches. Yeah, I had a chance for the place to get sprayed. I should have had this place sprayed. But at least give me some extra traps. I gotta lay them out left and right before tomorrow morning. So I can come back and do this place all over again. Anyway, yeah, religion to me, organized religion to me don't mix as much. Especially if an organized larger group is trying to say to the smaller group, you can't do this, you can't do this because we say so. This goes against church doctrine. This goes against our ego. It goes against something that we believe or think we believe in. And therefore, you will follow this because we say so. I get so sick and tired of that crap. I'm sorry. Doctrines of church and me don't mix. Especially when they keep telling me that I have to obey and I have to do this because they say so. They say so. Well, what about what I say so? Well, who are you? We're the church of God. We're holy. Well, I guess I'm not holy then. At least not according to some people's. And I gotta chuckle at that one. I gotta laugh at that one. If you're a hypocrite, if you're being the biggest hypocrite around, you're talking on two sides of your face. Oh, I'm sorry. I will support you at this point over here. I will support anything you say. Just let me get this dagger out here. Just turn your back over here so I give you a pat on the back. And then whop! You will do as I say, because I am the church appointed. I am God's appointed, and you will obey. Or just stay there and bleed to death. I mean, yeah, I know. It's got a damn fly right here. Forget it. I got a bug war in this place. But this is what happens. I've seen church leaders do this to other people left and right. They think that them telling other people what to do, what's going on, is going to help the other person achieve what, for that matter. For a long time, I had people trying to invite me to go to one church or another church. I didn't feel comfortable. Even though the ones we've got out here, I don't feel comfortable. A church I had a long time ago with the pastors I had are gone. People's already died off. New generation up there. New everything of it. But for me, as of right now, I'm struggling with my own faith as it is. But the struggle, I think, is what makes it more human. I think so, Daryl. In the 12 step meetings, we are taught that there is a power greater than ourselves that can restore us to sanity. And some, I just ate. Sorry. My stomach's having a fun time with me. We're supposed to be believing in a power greater than ourselves that can restore us to this level of sanity over here. But we're supposed to be doing steps left and right to make sure we get to that sanity. I mean, having an epiphany or spiritual awakening saying that you need recovery. Okay, you land yourself in recovery. And you get yourself a sponsor, and then you go through the steps. But in the process, you're supposed to be learning about spirituality somewhere in there. You're supposed to be coming across to some power that you don't even understand and say, look, I need help. I can't do this alone. And believe it or not, that particular power has also helped me and my brother out a great deal. So I'm not going to knock against it. There's no knocking against that. What I am trying to say is, God's watching. Okay, He's watching. He sees everything. He knows everything. He's God. That's the concept we have of Him. My higher power, my concept of Him, sometimes I can't even fathom it. And it's hard to put Him, or if I say it, in a box where I can understand that box. I'm sorry. Dealing with a power greater than myself is something I can't put into a box. And I'm not going to have the box tell me, or I'm going to listen to someone else's version of what their box is supposed to be, and I'm supposed to follow it. No, that doesn't work for me anymore. I mean, try to follow it this way and this way as a kid, but then you grow up as an adult and you see how it works, and it's, no. If God is there, God is there, but, I'd have a hard time trying to live with life with Him or without Him. At least that was my thought a long time ago. And I did try to talk to Him. I did try to talk to Him. Not sitting down and just praying very silently. I mean, I'm talking like I'm talking to you. I'm talking like I'm trying to talk to you, like I'm talking to a regular person. At least this way I'm able to comprehend Him. At least this way I can understand. He probably would know what I'm saying. He knows the heart and soul better. He knows the brain. But maybe it's just easier for me to communicate with Him that way. And I know there's no easier way for me to listen to Him. Wish there was. Otherwise, we'd be really having a good conversations. But there would be some conversations with Him, Daryl, about things in my life that I've done and haven't done, and things I've gone through. But these are probably going to be the normal things that He would run into on a constant basis, I would imagine. I would imagine it. Waiting for the bugs to rain down on my head. Quite literally. It's 3:18 right now. I'm going to be ending this log. Lay down again. See if my body will be able to give me a couple more hours of sleep before I get some stuff taken care of. I just wanted to check in, Daryl, just to let you know what the hell is going on. Because these days, how am I doing in my recovery? 1 second at a time sometimes. No, I don't have the craving for the alcohol these days. But the insanity dealing with it, know is I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm still praying to God. I guess that's about it. It's the only thing we can do for right now. I'll check back with you later. I'll do these postings a little bit later today. I got math homework to study. I got a test coming up tomorrow morning. I got a presentation of an English class that I'm taking. Critical thinking and literature. PowerPoint presentation. Oh yeah, it's got to be fun this week.